Now today we are taking a look at the Nocpix Quest, the H35R. Now it's a thermal binocular. Looking at the Nocpix website, they are one of the market leaders in thermal hunting vision. Now there are 3 models in the Quest range. Now this particular model has a 640 sensor, 35mm lens. It's a 3x24 magnification, 12.5 field of view, and a detection range of 1800 meters. So that's just a few of the specs, and we shall be doing shortly a quick unboxing. Now the Quest has a rubberized design. It does fit snugly in the hand, very tactile. It's IP67 waterproof rating, and you can see it's got some rather impressive specs. So this video is a pretty long one, so let's crack on. And first up, a quick unboxing, then out into the field with the unit. Now, well boxed magnetic box. We've got a neck strap, a charging cable, and you're not only 1 battery but 3 batteries. Now that coupled with the inbuilt battery on the Quest, you get a massive runtime. Now runtimes do vary when using the rangefinder, roughly about 4.5 hours runtime. Now without running the rangefinder, Nocpix states a 6-hour runtime, and I would say that's about right. And we've got the Quest manual. Now I would say the online manual is much more in depth on the unit. The physical manual is pretty sparse. We've got the chest strap, securely carry the Quest and free on your chest. We've got a lens wipe, and finally the carry case. It's sturdy, well padded, and protects the Quest very snugly. And finally we have the rubberized lens cap. Now the unit itself, pretty lightweight, fits snugly in the hands. Now the Quest features a 60 frame rate, so you're going to get smooth image quality. AMOLED 920x1200, crisp clear sight image. You've got onboard recordable memory, 64GB. It takes video and photo captures. Now a nice feature of the Quest series is the sensor. Now when turned on, when removing the binoculars from your eyes, the unit will go into sleep mode. And when bringing the binoculars back up to your face, the unit turns back on. You've got adjustable eye diopters on each eyepiece. Now the soft touch buttons, easy to operate. Here you can alter the wealth of options, operate the rangefinder, the M button toggles through the various modes. If you're familiar with night vision, the double presses and long single presses, which we are all familiar with. You've got the focus wheel and the magnification wheel, easy, nice and smooth. On the side, USB-C charging port. Now this hard rubber bung keeps that port protected from the elements. And you connect the neck straps here. Now the Quest is a pretty compact and lightweight thermal binocular. Its weight comes in at around 700 grams. Now the sensor resolution is 640 by 512. Now a frame rate of 60 Hz. 25mm eye relief. And it's got an exit pupil of 10mm. Now the rubberized lens cap cover. Now it can be fiddly to fit, but once fitted, protects those lenses. Now the battery compartment takes 18650 size batteries. Also the Quest does have an inbuilt battery. That does give you a massive runtime. And simply connect the unit to charge the onboard battery. So that's a quick unboxing of the Quest H35R. Now let's get outside and see what this thermal binocular can do. Now I started on the garden, So I'm pretty new to the thermal scene, if I'm honest. I generally only use night vision. I love using such brands as Arkansas Pards and the Micro units with a bog standard IR unit. So yeah, I'm just basically getting used to the unit and to the thermal. So my first test subject is my snowy owl, and he's called Rannick. The heat signature around the face. Now a long press on the menu button brings up all the settings. And you've got ultra clear image option for those foggy, misty evenings. Now the sound recording on the Quest is good. It's not tinny and not too dull. It's pretty good. There are various functions in the menu system. Now I do like the image stabilisation. It really does work a treat. Switching on the electronic image stabilisation. Now it tends to crop the image slightly, as you can see, but it really does work on these long shots later in the video. I do like the image stabilisation. It's a nice touch. Here's the menu system. You can access now the ballistic calculation, connect the Quest by Wi-Fi to the Nocpix app. Now the Quest has 7 colour profiles. Now my personal preference is red hot, but later in the video, when viewing squirrels, I did find the black hot colour mode worked best for me when viewing the squirrels up in the trees. So, time for a mooch on one of the permissions I have. Now, generally rabbit land, occasional rat, and the odd fox taken here. Now, this segment testing the rangefinder. It's got a 1,000 metre range. Now, you can switch between single or continuous ranging. I do prefer continuous ranging. Now, here the dung heap, moving to the far distance in the background. And then moving to the nearest wall, and then back to the dung heap. As you can see, the range continually changing. Now the barns, an area known for the odd rat, and tonight pretty quiet, apart from a solitary bird working the hay bales. Now the colour modes, I did find for me, worked in certain situations. Later in the video I found the white hot colour mode works rather well on the squirrels. Even under dense tree foliage, I still managed to see the unseen, spotting those elusive squirrels in the tree canopy. The side-by-side stabilised and unstabilised footage, a feature on the Quest I never turned off. Really does work well. I would also add though, the real-time image you do see through the Quest is 1920 by 1200, which is pixel sharp. Now this video is on a 1080 timeline on YouTube, so in real life, actual viewing the picture, it really doesn't do it justice here. It doesn't really show the clarity of image you will get when actually using the Quest. It is really a great image. Now with the Quest, it is a digital zoom, so with any digital zoom at full magnification you will get some pixelation. I also did find at greater distances trying to identify the animal can be tricky. The captured animal can be just a great big eat image, so I do think that's one of the downsides to thermal. Now at this distance, I'm guessing this fella, which is running about the field, is possibly an hare. It is rabbit and hare land, but the movement on this tells me it could be an hare. If not, it's a bloody big rabbit. And these animals are alpacas, and they are some distance away, and that's what I'm finding with thermal. Quarry identification at greater distances can be tricky. Probably the only downside I've come across so far using thermal against versus night vision is the quarry identification at a greater distance. And back to the sheep, and again I'm playing with the different colour modes. Now this shot was a woodland across the valley. Now I do like how the thermal cuts through the foliage, whereas normal night vision would struggle. The thermal sees through dense cover to a certain extent. And as you can see, the glow in the shrubbery or the warrens, and that's pretty damn good. That is very impressive. I do like that. Now the next few segments, the quest being used in the open fields, various distances, and then also in woodland on the squirrels. Now we'll be doing some squirrel pest control soon, and the quest will be a game changer for when I do this. Essential piece of kit for squirrel pest control, especially for spotting them up high in the tree canopy. Now onto the squirrels. Now this for me would be an ideal tool for spotting those pesky blighters up in the trees. Thermal for me at least would be a great addition for pest control on these fellas, and even in pretty dense foliage I managed to track these chaps high up in the conifer trees. So, my time using the Quest H35R is coming to an end. My final unbiased thoughts coming up. Okay, final thoughts and my time spent with the Nocpix H35R thermal binocular. The clarity, image of the thermal I did find exceptional. The only time the image did degrade when it was on full magnification, which is 24 times. But overall, clear, sharp viewing experience from the unit. I also found the onboard rangefinder works well. And it's got a beefy magnification, 3 times 24. Now it's digital, so you will get some pixelation at the higher end of the magnification. Battery life is also good, up to 6 hours without using a rangefinder, 4 hours or thereabouts when using the rangefinder. I also found the rangefinder pretty accurate. The next clip showing the sound the unit picks up. It's okay, not too bad. Move up. Yeah. So, excellent thermal binoculars from Nocpix. Ideal for hunting, scouting, and just generally being nosy. They're absolutely bloody great. Really nice bit of kit. So, please check out the links below, and until next time, be safe.